What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Monroe Martin Podcast with me, your host, Monroe Martin. Get that cough out, baby. Get that cough out.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. And that cough is coming from my guest, my homie, one of my best friends, Derek Gaines, the great boy Derek Gaines.
What's happening? What's going on? It's good to be here.
Yo, I hope that y'all listening on all platforms right now.
Yeah.
On the YouTube, on the Patreon, on the Apple Podcast, on the goddamn Spotify, wherever you listen to podcasts, make sure that you like, share, and comment. And make sure that you're subscribing to the Patreon. That's where we have the exclusive content. We got the behind the scenes. Well, we don't got no behind the scenes. And that don't that much go on behind the scenes. We
okay.
Yeah, we didn't talk about much behind the scenes. But
we didn't do anything today.
We might as well record that shit, put a camera up here, whatever. But, yeah, you're going to get all the goddamn content. Go to the Patreon. Go to patreon.com/ the Monroe Martin Podcast, baby.
Good
but
stuff,
before we move on, let's get these plugs out of the way. So, any place you going to be, Derek? Anything you got coming out that people can watch you in?
Go to Instagram, and the Great Boy is the Instagram page. And I guess I always got stuff coming out, but if this comes out when it comes out, February I'll be in Austin, Texas at the Secret Group doing a show with Dave Temple. And look out for Everything TV. I got something coming out called The Wrath of Becky on Hulu, but it's premiering at South by this year.
Dope.
And then I got this show called Bupkis coming out on Peacock.
Dope.
On the NBC people. They fucking with me now. So, yeah. Can I curse on the show?
Yeah, but do you think you think you can smoke weed but can't curse?
Absolutely. 1 and 1, right?
Yeah.
You ever do a show where they be like, it's open bar, but you got to be clean. Like, what the fuck?
Nah, I hate that.
Don't you hate that
shit? Because I'm like, you kind of taught me that rule.
Yeah.
If y'all can get drunk, then I can curse.
I can be me.
Salacious, baby.
You about to be uninhibited.
Yeah.
You out of your mind.
Yeah.
You're about to be inebriated. I could at least get my true thoughts out.
Yeah, you slip a couple of curse words in there. You don't go overboard.
But you do.
But you do get a couple in there.
And if they get excited, just be like, it's open bar.
Because they want to. The problem is they get people into the show with clean comedy. They'll be like, hey, let's just market the show as PG-13 for everybody so they can try to sell more tickets. Yeah. But people come there and people don't want to. If you can be clean on your own, they appreciate it and love it. But if you're forced to be clean and you're kind of just like you're holding back, they can see that.
They can see that.
They're not going to enjoy the show anyway because they're always going to be like, man, I wish you really would have went there.
Yeah, because
I wish you would have. I felt like
funny.
you was holding back. So
That's
I think there should be a rule. It's like if you funny, then you funny. And they should let you say whatever the fuck you want. And just tell the people like, hey, we aim for PG-13, but it can get a little dirty,
raw
but it's going to be
movies
funny.
Coming up. I've seen some pretty raw PG-13 movies.
Yeah, but they don't do that no more. PG-13 movies that are funny. When the last time you seen a PG-13 movie that was funny, nigga? Come on.
Megan?
That wasn't for kids.
Megan?
You
the new movie Megan came out. That was PG-13.
Funny.
It was kind of funny.
It was really
It was
funny?
like, but it was dark comedy. So it was like, it's still kind of adult.
Yeah.
But they did ride a line.
It wasn't as adult. Was it as adult as it was when we were growing up?
No.
Like if you watch something.
Nigga, RoboCop was a kid's movie.
And that shit was PG-13, right?
No, that was rated R.
Oh.
But nobody gave a fuck because it was a robot who was a cop.
Yeah.
That's a 6-year-old's dream to see that.
He shot somebody's dick off.
He shot a lot of dicks off. There was like metal spikes going through necks, explosions. Remember RoboCop himself?
Yeah.
He got shot to pieces.
Kids
was in there like, this shit is fire.
He was like, pop, 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 pop. They shot him to pieces. And then instead of giving him off and giving his family the body back, they went, nope.
We gonna make
this
him a robot.
motherfucker owes us. He's still on the clock.
You still on the clock. We need to make you a robot, and you need to go back out there. That's what you need to do. You ain't gonna get no funeral.
They milked the shit out this nigga.
They didn't ring out Murphy. They ring Murphy out.
Yo, I think that's the future right now. Where AI is, they went, like we can actually create the perfect soldier now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we hope you get shot. we hope you get shot in the line of duty.
Yeah, so we can bring you back to the hospital.
We're going to bring you back to the hospital and upgrade
this
system.
Make you a robotic mutant. We're going to make you an abomination for the law.
Yeah,
That's
right
wild.
now we just watching you run around wasting the body. Yeah. And we just like, all right, whatever. All right, can't wait to stuff some
till my lab
electronics.
Bitch, yeah, that's crazy.
That's fucking bananas.
That's banana. That's weed talk. But
that's weed talk. If you listening to this
deep.
episode right now, this is the episode we both high. And this may be my last. This ain't my last episode high, but I've invited guests on. We've had a good times, but I've been high and they haven't. So
and you unevenly yoked.
Yeah,
don't nobody like that.
Nobody likes talking to a high person.
If I got to be high, we getting high. That's what it is. So we talk this shit. So go ahead, young bro.
I think that PG-13 movies aren't as edgy as they were before. Like, I'm talking not RoboCop. I'm talking about like Ace Ventura.
Okay.
Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, and When Nature Calls can easily be rated R movies now. But he did all of that. He did everything. There was a little bit of cursing. There was a little bit of crude humor, nigga. There was like everybody got shit on, and then somebody act like they came on. Like, remember?
Mm-hmm. He came out of a fake rhino's ass.
Yeah, it came out of a rhino's ass. There was Einhorn is Finkel. Finkel is Einhorn.
Yeah, there was all kinds of stuff that now probably won't fly.
That movie would be rated R and protested if it was out right now.
Especially when he turned around and all the little genitals was in the back of her drawer. Oh, yeah.
Louis, you ever seen Ace Ventura, Pet Detective? The first one? You never watched it?
That shit was
good. No, sir. Never.
No?
No.
Right now, people, I'm talking to my producer, Louis G. Louis G. You can actually hear him now all the way through the podcast because we got the sound right. So if you've been rocking out with us until this episode, I appreciate it. It got a lot better. If you watch it right now, the setup changed a little bit. But this nigga never watched Ace Ventura. Like, what movie did you grow up on? Like, what movie did your mom put on to shut you up? Like, if your mom needed to clean the house, cook, just get some peace in, what movie could she throw on?
Don't say YouTube.
And you grew up on YouTube.
Don't say shit about
YouTube. I didn't even
YouTube.
have YouTube at that time.
So what was it?
It'd probably be like a Disney movie, like Lion King.
Disney? Oh, really?
Like yeah.
So Lion King made the cut, but not Ace Ventura.
Hey man, the circle of life.
Yeah, Lion King is because they got that. You're Hispanic.
Yeah.
You grew up speaking Spanish?
No.
Oh, okay.
You know, Ace Ventura was talking on his ass. So remember he?
Yeah.
I need to ask you a question. Like, they ain't gonna be ready for that. Ace Ventura used to bend all the way down, spread his cheeks to talk to Tone Loc. So we had a different childhood, bro.
What age was this for you?
Ace Ventura, I was completely maybe an adolescent. 12, 13, maybe.
Yo.
How old are you right now?
I'm 38.
I'm 36.
Yeah. So I'm 27. So by
I thought you was like young.
They weren't laughing at talk out of your ass cheek humor.
I want to ask you a question, bruh. We used to fall off the couch watching that.
It's still funny.
That shit ain't Jim Carrey, bro.
Jim Carrey is a comedic god, yo. I don't give a fuck what you said.
That nigga's different.
Jim Carrey is a part. I should send him a Father's Day card.
Yeah, man. I remember
that motherfucker.
Jim Carrey was cool, man. I remember I was at I think a SNL party or
you met him?
I was on stage singing "Fuck Donald Trump"
with Jim Carrey.
Yeah, because that was the night on SNL, the election.
Yeah,
and he was playing Joe Biden.
Yeah,
so Chappelle threw a party at the stand.
Okay,
Jim Carrey was up there with a skull cap, uncuffed, like the mob joint.
Yeah,
like the old '90s with the bop on it.
Yeah.
Me, Chris Rock, Dave Chappelle, a lot of other motherfuckers. Fuck Donald Trump. It was watching Jim Carrey go fuck Donald Trump with his little.
Yo,
and he had a trench coat on with some Chuck Taylors.
Yeah,
it was pretty wild.
That's dope.
Jim a whole gangster.
Whole gangster.
It was really cool.
Damn.
It was really cool.
He quit Hollywood.
He should have.
Yeah.
He's bigoted.
Yeah.
Like he's proved to us over and over and over again. And even the Truman Show. That was him and the Nad and the Andy Kaufman thing where he went too method.
Yeah.
And you see how. Yeah, I get it.
You thought that was real, the Andy Kaufman thing?
Where he
I didn't know if it was real or I didn't know if it was like a mockumentary or not.
It seemed like the director was really pissed off.
That'll be Andy Kaufman like too. They'll do all of that on purpose.
Yeah.
So I didn't know what I was watching. I didn't know if I was watching Jim Carrey.
It's like a dream within a dream within like some.
Yeah, I didn't know if I was. Yeah, so it kind of made me go. I'm like, wait, is Jim Carrey acting like, that he's being channeled by Andy Kaufman because Andy Kaufman would do the same thing. Like Andy Kaufman would act like he's being channeled by somebody else if he was in the same exact position.
Yeah, so the director could have been acting because the director looked pissed in that documentary.
Yeah.
He looked genuinely like mad that Jim
No,
was acting.
not
like
acting. I'm talking about like Jim Carrey could have been in on it and nobody else could have been in on it.
Okay.
Jim Carrey, you know what I mean? Like Jim Carrey definitely could have been like, I'm going to act like I'm channeled by the spirit of Andy Kaufman.
Okay.
And not tell anybody. And just
everybody
let
gonna be
people
really pissed.
question.
Yeah. Okay. That's
because maybe that's what Andy Kaufman would have done. You know who Andy Kaufman is? No.
Jesus Christ.
He don't know. Look, man.
I'm so old.
But we may not know who he. All he has to know is who the Green Ranger was. That's it. The green and the red, and the green and the white Ranger. You know who that was, right?
Didn't the White Ranger recently die?
Yeah, so he's good. He's good. He could drink at the table.
I was
like,
Lou making me dumb old.
Yo.
I got back problems and everything. But
dude, you're at where I was at a couple months ago. Remember you fucking people? I had back problems like a motherfucker. I had what was it, like a pinched nerve, but it was also that my spine was kind of like
off.
There's no curve in it.
Oh, it's
so
like
my
straight
lower
up
back, it's like straight up and down. So
got a stop sign back.
Yo, it was crazy. So I legit just started doing yoga. Like right now, my back I got lazy a couple days ago, and I started doing yoga like 3 days straight, and I don't even have the same back problems. Like I'm telling you, it may sound weird.
Okay.
Yoga helps. It's just that stretching every day.
Yeah.
And spending time with your fucking body, nigga. You can do it high. It's better high.
Yeah.
If you smoke weed and then do yoga, that shit is amazing. It's better than a cup of coffee.
They got in Williamsburg, they got high yoga.
Yo.
High yoga. Look,
I would love to do high yoga.
That would be in Williamsburg.
Hey, people in the Patreon, if you would like to see me and Derek go do high yoga, subscribe to the Patreon. And let's say, how much you think it'll cost to get there, Louis? How much you think it'll cost for us to record that?
To get a video like that?
To get us taking a
you
high yoga
gorilla
class.
style out the window.
Like you recording, paying for the membership. Like how much? You think how many patrons we need to get there?
I say let's shoot for 50.
So if we can get 50 patrons, let's get 50 patrons, people. I need 50 people to join the Patreon. It's only $5 right now. The Patreon's only $5. We're gonna keep it at that, and then the more that we add, the more tiers that we'll have. But right now, if we get 50 patrons, me and Derek will go do high yoga. And
because my back is old, so I would do it to enrich my health. Enrich your health, right?
You gotta enrich your health,
dude. Yeah, let's go two couple.
It's like I'm slimming down. I'm still learning. This shit, but like stretching and drinking water is really all you need to do.
I drink.
Well, it ain't all you need to do, nigga. You need to fucking do other shit. But when you just stretch and drink a lot of water, like you feel less pain.
Okay.
So, but I can't. That's only if you're still able to walk around and be mobile. Like I don't want to come off as a nigga like, all you got to do is stretch and do yoga.
Nigga,
you hear your life.
I'm paralyzed.
Yeah. They're like, oh really?
What the fuck I'm supposed to do? I can't feel my legs, nigga. What am I supposed?
Yo.
You got any advice for me, yoga man?
Yo.
Is that doorbell? Oh.
No. That's the chair. This shit about to give out. I'm up here like I lost weight, and the chair went bing. Like no, you didn't.
That's
still fat, nigga. But yeah, stretch and then go to pain management. Check out a pain management person.
Okay.
Because they'll give you all the necessary medicines you need. But your goal isn't to really be on
medicine. Yeah.
You don't want to be on the medicine because the medicine make you gain weight. Sometimes it's habit forming and shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely. You get yourself a trainer too.
Yeah. Oh, look, Louis the trainer.
I'm not getting a trainer.
Yeah. I want somebody younger than me.
I'm out too late.
Telling me what to do.
I only eat once a day, and I know you got to eat vegetables and drink water, and I can work out. But like when I get more money, because I got to pay a trainer, like a lot. So
question. Let's stop. So let's change our thinking.
Okay.
Right here. Here's the episode. We're gonna change our thinking because when we think in terms of ways like that, where we're like, I don't have the money, blah blah blah. Say you did have the money, and there's a you have the money and you're on TV actively, would you hire a trainer?
Yes.
So then you should make it a priority.
All right.
Question for you. Why would you put a price on your body?
Why would
your
what?
health? I said, why would you put a price on your health?
What do you mean?
Because you're saying a trainer.
Oh, this nigga hitting them with the sales. You hear that?
And I hear the bullshit.
Sales.
Like you can't see my eyes under these shades. I'm like, here come this bullshit.
Can
I ask you a question? Here, you hear him? Why would you put a price on your body? Why would you put a price on your nigga?
Hit him with the sales.
Nigga, I'm too old, nigga. I know everything you saying is right, but Pete, I could give a fuck. Yeah. Like, I love you, man, but I know I need a trainer. I might talk to you after it, but the whole spiel, I'm done with spiels. Yeah. You right. I probably need one. But working out is what put me in this fucking situation anyway, because I did something wrong, and my whole shit just locked up on me.
I'm saying do yoga. I'm saying stretch.
I need to stretch longer.
Yeah.
That's what it is. I probably only did like the quick nigga stretch.
Yeah, no, you can't do that. You don't sell drugs. Stop doing the drug dealer stretch, nigga. This nigga do the quick toe touch and the looks out the side. You don't sell drugs, Derek. Stop.
That's so funny.
Cut it out.
The drug dealer stretch. You a whole asshole, Monroe.
Fucking stop, Derek. Actually stretch. Get up in the morning
and just
stretch. I didn't even
go to the park, work out, pull ups, sit ups, push ups, all that shit. See, but when I walk there, I'd be like, all right, me walking is the stretch, I guess.
See, I got to get to that point. Yeah. I got to get back into working out. Yeah. I can't do them all. If I'm working out, I rarely stretch. And if I'm running, then I'm rarely working out. So I got to get to a point where I'm working out and running and stretching.
What's that? That Mark Wahlberg shit? That nigga wake up 2:30 in the morning.
Nigga, I wish I was that disciplined. Yeah. You know, I wake up
every morning.
I go to sleep
9 every night. All that shit.
I wish that's money. That's when his money wake up, nigga. Yeah, my money ain't there. My money wake up. My money still wake up at 8.
Yeah, like everybody else
at 8 p.m.
My money ain't never wake up at 2:30 in the morning.
Yeah, no. So nah, that's funny. I think I'm just trying to get them all, but nah, man. I want to be able to fucking run and do yoga. Yoga right now is the most doable thing.
Okay.
Because I can be late for something and still squeeze in like 20, 30 minutes.
Okay.
But, yeah. Would you learn a different language?
Now?
Yeah. Could you for a movie?
Absolutely. I get a vocal coach and everything.
Yeah?
Because why would you put a price on your voice?
What movie?
Why would you put a price on your language?
Oh, yeah. Why would you do that?
I'm going to do that the rest. I'm letting you know.
Yeah.
The rest show.
Why would you put a price on your voice?
So, yeah, go ahead.
Why would you put a price on your passion? He was switch after passion.
Why would you put a price on your craft?
Why would you put a price? Yes. Your craft. Why would you put a price on your craft?
Why would you put a price on your craft?
That's Louis right there.
That shit sound like it come with a sword.
Yo,
why would you put a price?
You get a lot of sales? You make a lot of sales? Because you got a sale, right? And personal training?
Yeah.
Yeah? People, what gym you work at?
This man's trying to put me on the spot.
See that? But you, why
I'm
would
trying
you
to
put a
give
price
you.
on your gym?
I'm trying to give you fucking sales. He work at Brooklyn.
I like that.
Go fuck with Louis. If you listen to the podcast, you need to get in shape and you feeling stuck. You feeling like you're in a rut.
Special.
You're not feeling special. Go work yourself out. Don't put a price on your happiness. All right, people. Don't put a price on your happiness. Why would you put this the camera? Why would you put a price on your passion?
Why would you put a price?
So go fucks with Louis G. No, man, I'm just trying to help.
Your craft.
Cause I can't do the personal trainer. Well, I can.
Okay.
I would do the personal trainer shit,
but
I don't know, man. I can't even be honest. I'm can't even lie right now. I'm trying to create a fucking an excuse, but
I don't know, nigga.
I don't know.
What was you about to ask me before we went back to him talking about the price of his stuff?
Yo, all right. So I wanted to know, like, do you remember your first memory? What's the first memory you had?
I got a few.
Your first memory?
I got a few. I got my first real memory. Damn. Like a good one. Because I was a kid. Like, I remember the one where I think, how old was I? I was like 8, 9. Like, I remember a few things. I remember when my grandma called me stupid once.
Yeah, like, but in a good way or a playful?
Bad way.
A bad way?
Made me cry.
Oh.
Like, damn, I'm dumb? Fuck. And then she had to. And then
I've been there before.
She came around and she was like, "I'm sorry, I thought I didn't think." Yeah. But that was whack. But here's a funny memory. I remember I laughed at Nell. You know my Aunt Nell. You know my Aunt Nell.
Yeah.
When I was a child, the first thing out of my face was a smile because I knew how much I was going to tease her later down the line.
Yeah.
And I was like, prime target.
What do you mean? So Nell did something, then you laughed at her.
Aunt Nell. If you know me well, you know my Aunt Nell. Yes. You know I tease the shit out of my Aunt Nell just because it makes my mom laugh. Mm-hmm. So like when I was a baby, I think I remember looking at Nell and just smiling. Yeah. But that's like an infant. Yeah. Like, oh, I got you. Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna be a hard time the rest of your life. Yeah. You got it coming. I'm the clown that they just got born that's gonna tease the shit out you. But
all right.
All kinds of stuff. I remember when I went to see Batman, the first Batman.
Yo.
And I threw up, so we had to leave.
Why'd
early.
you throw up?
I don't know. I
ate too much popcorn.
I probably ate too much popcorn or something. Something got to me.
Yeah.
And I was.
So
with
you
my
left
pop.
in the middle?
I was with my pop and stepmom at the time. Yeah, and we left in the middle, so I had to watch it on tape. I remember that.
Damn, you had to wait, and this is when the movies came out like 2 years later.
Yeah, I remember seeing Total Recall for the first time. I remember them 3 titties.
3 titties.
And I went like fucking ape. I was like, oh shit, yes! Like it was wild. Like I was into titties as a child. And I remember when I saw the Great Outdoors. Remember that movie with Dan Aykroyd and John Candy?
I have the cover in my head. It's like them standing in a river, right?
Yeah, they had a campsite, whatever. Yeah. And there's a big ass bear. Remember that big bear they had to fight?
I think so.
And it was like terrorizing, was knocking down the cabin. And remember the dude had the rifle with the light bulb on the front of it. Okay. And he shot the bear in the ass, and the bear's fur blew off. So he just had this bear ass running down the street. Yeah. And everybody bust the fuck out. Monroe, I tell you, I was sitting on the couch. I think I was 5 years old. Yeah. And that was the first time I had one of those laughs that we have at the cellar where we had the table and we run around and laugh and scream. And, oh, that was the first time something like killed me. Yeah. Like laughing. My parents didn't understand why I was laughing so hard. Nell didn't. But I remember falling off the fucking couch going, this is the greatest shit I've ever seen. Why are you not laughing like me? So I remember that. Those are a few things I remember when I was a baby. Like when I was like 5 and younger. Like, cause Great Outdoors came out a long time ago. Yeah. We just sit and watch it as a family. And then man, that scene, I bust out. Like the first time I went off as a kid laughing. So I was like, oh, I like this shit. And I remember that kind of just, I always chased those moments. Yeah. And I remember, and that's why I love comedy so much. Because I have found myself with a bunch of motherfuckers that make me laugh like I laughed when I was a kid.
I'm trying to remember the first thing that I laughed at that hard. Yeah. I think it was Ace Ventura.
See that?
Yeah. That's Jim why I'm Carrey, so passionate about it. It definitely was a Jim Carrey movie. It's probably one of his earlier ones that I'm thinking is Ace Ventura.
And it was a Carrey movie. It wasn't like it was him. Like we went to go see Jim as Ace. Yeah, man. But
yeah, up until a certain age, I only watched like kid TV. Mm-hmm. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Like the fucking like the Barneys and all that other shit. And then it just stopped. Do you remember when that stopped, when you went from watching baby TV to when your mom just was like, nigga, I'm not watching this no more?
I don't even know.
Like it just was like,
a long time.
It literally went from like kid TV to daytime dramas. Yeah. Like I went from watching Barney to watching like
Young and the Restless and
Young and the Restless. And
soap opera
and Jerry Springer and all that shit.
Yeah. I don't even remember. I mean, maybe when my cousins started babysitting me, and we didn't watch kid shit. We watched cartoons like you know, Tiny Toon Adventures and shit like that. Yeah. And then Richard Pryor, Jerry Springer came on, and Richard Bay. Yeah. You remember Richard Bay?
I don't know what Richard Bay looks
before everybody's time. Richard Bay is the reason Jerry Springer went as far as it did.
You think so?
Yeah, Richard Bay was this other guy.
Can you bring up Richard Bay?
The Richard Bay Show.
Yeah, I've never heard of the Richard Bay.
Richard Bay, and my cousin Jennifer in Philly, she used to watch this shit every morning, every whatever. And I started watching this. Some of the dirtiest shit I ever saw as a kid.
But you, until he pulls that up, you mentioned the grandma calling you stupid thing. My first memory of not my first memory. My grandma's a dope person, but I remember my grandma socking me. Because I told her to shut up. I said, shut up. My grandma fucking socked the shit out of me.
Yeah, this is it. Richard Bay, the Richard Bay Show. Woo. It was like that shock jock skank talk show somebody's fucking somebody. This is your
Yeah.
kid. Blah, 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 all that.
You knew about this, Louis?
Nah, Richard
No?
Bay. This is old.
I've
this
never
old.
heard about the Richard
Yep.
Bay show. Wow. So he was Jerry Springer
And
before Jerry
he
Springer.
was Springer before Springer. Like it would think of mix it with Nickelodeon and
Yeah.
Jerry Springer. That's
Okay.
what Richard Bay was.
No.
It was nuts.
Yo, would you come back on here and watch episodes of this? Or would you want to watch an episode on the Patreon?
Yeah, whatever.
Like, yeah, we're going to come back to this on the Patreon, people.
it was
So
like
we're going to actually sit through an episode of this and just watch it. So if you want to watch an episode of the Richard Bay show, head over to the Patreon right after this is over.
yeah.
But
Fights,
yeah, no, my
fights broke
grandma
out.
socked me.
Damn.
Your grandma?
In the
No,
face?
but yeah, but not in the. Don't take it in. I'm not saying it in an abusive way.
I'll
I'm saying it
tell
in
you
like a
something funny.
comedian
I remember
way.
another memory too. But go ahead. Tell you.
Yeah, my grandma socked me. I remember being in the back of her car after church, and I'm reading the signs, and I'm like, and you know, like this is when you get big into reading. So I'm like, Blue Whale Comedy Festival. Want to play? Like I'm just reading everything out loud, and
Yeah.
she goes, "Stop, cut it out, sit back," and I go, "No." And then all I know is if I could look back, like, what? And I was like, shut up. She was fucking like, bloop, bloop. I was
Did
like,
she
"Bloop,
stop
bloop."
the car?
Nah.
She did it while she was
I
driving.
think we was out of light.
oh,
I
okay.
think it was like the quickest.
Beep, boop. Yeah.
And when I bring it up, because I told my wife about it, and then my wife told my grandma, like, he said you socked him. She was like, I don't remember that.
She denied it.
She's like, I don't remember that. It could be true. What did you say?
Yeah.
That's so funny, but not in an abusive way, in a funny way.
You ain't got no
didn't-
witnesses.
Yeah,
Like she Denzelled you.
fucking.
You ain't got no
Wait, what
witnesses.
did
You ain't
Denzel
got
do?
no. There's no proof.
Oh,
You want to go to
okay.
jail? You want to go to jail? You want to go home?
Yeah,
That's what your grandma
yeah,
did. She didn't-
absolutely.
But no,
Yeah,
man,
that's
I
funny.
remember when I cut my hair once. I cut a lock of my hair out when I was a kid,
Mm.
and Nell ratted on me to my nana, and Nana she beat me in the face with a Jet magazine. It was the funniest shit. Like looking back, because
She
you remember,
saved your life.
because you know how a Jet magazine is small, so
Mhm.
it was just she didn't even roll it up.
She just
Thumbed it and
She
Fought
saved
like
you.
a 5, 6, 7, 8 combo, man. That's why I
How
like
old
fighting
were
games.
you?
I was still in grade school, so I was in my single year.
She saved you because if you'd have went to school like that and they would have seen that you cut your own hair out, they have to call child services. When little kids are
Wait
like
a
cutting
I
their
didn't
own
see
hair,
that come out.
when little kids
didn't
are
see that
like,
coming at all.
yeah, this is shit that parents have to look out for, and they don't tell us.
Wait, what?
Yeah. So, but can you fact check me, Louis? But if a kid is cutting their own hair,
Okay.
the teacher has to tell child services.
Wow.
So she beat your ass because you just put the family at risk. You're a little black kid. You got curly hair and you come home with patches and shit. Because usually that type of like behavior in a young kid is a sign that something's off and like they want to change something
Oh,
or
no,
whatever.
I was just being
so.
a dick because I was
Yeah.
twirling my hair and I was like, what if I got it?
Yeah,
And Nell was like,
no,
look
I
at your
get it.
head. And then Nana
Come
looked at my hair and beat me with a Jet magazine. It was
Yeah.
very funny. It was a very black moment.
Like people don't understand how easy it is to get your kids taken away from you.
Okay.
Like all you got to do is raise concern. That's it. So you going in there with a freshly scissored cut, and now your mom got to show up to school 3 times,
Yeah, what the fuck is this all about? Yeah, that's
and
pretty
she be
wild.
like, "Nah, he was just bored." And they be like, "Bored? Why? What you out there doing?"
Wow.
You get what I'm saying?
Wow.
It's fucked up.
Wow.
That's crazy. That's the side of adulting that people do not see. Because I'm the other side. Like when the government has to step in and take your kids away.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the result of what can happen because the whole foster care thing.
That's right.
I'm what happens when the government takes your kids
You
away.
was born in the dark.
I was born in the darkness. You merely
Adopted the dark.
Adopted the
I
darkness.
was born in it, molded by it.
Yo, I know this system. No, I don't know the system, but I do know it.
I
But-
didn't see sunlight until I was a man.
No.
Yeah.
So she had to beat your ass. All right, one more question, and then we move on to the Patreon, people.
All right, word.
One more question. When and where have you experienced the deepest quiet? Like the quiet where you don't hear nothing else. You don't see nothing else. It's just it's just silent. There was like if we get quiet now, you can hear the shit in the background where there was nothing.
Yeah.
When's the last time you experienced that?
The first time I heard that kind of quiet was I'm not trying to kill the mood, but it was when my Nana passed away.
Ain't killing the mood.
Because that was my first real, like, close to me death.
Yeah.
Like, I've had relatives pass away that I ain't know.
Yeah.
Nana died.
Yeah.
Nana was my ace. That's the reason I do comedy, I think. So, I remember when she died, like, sitting up thinking about it. Wasn't no sirens going off in New York. Not a bird was chirping. It was just like, I guess my time's up. Thank y'all so much. No. I just got played off. No, anyway, I'm just joking. No, not a bird was chirping. It was just weird that day. No birds was chirping, not a siren. No horns was blowing like New York knew somehow my grandma died.
Yeah.
So it's just so fucking quiet.
Yeah.
And I was
how'd you feel?
Felt terrible. I felt very awful. I was sad. I was like, it was my first real like death sadness. Like I didn't you know how remember on what's that joint? Hancock.
Yeah.
Remember he got shot for the first time and he didn't know how to feel? That's what it was.
It was like that.
Yeah. So I was like, and then I just couldn't feel it. Couldn't feel anything, couldn't hear anything.
Yeah.
Couldn't sit. Like I just noticed nothing was going on. I was just sitting there like, damn. Like my Nana gone. Like it was weird. It's so goddamn quiet here. So that was one. And one that's less dark. I was doing a show somewhere in one of them hick-ass cities. And they, you know, when the city shut down, it shut down. So I was just staring. I was just outside smoking a joint. And I just noticed it was like, there's nothing going on.
Yeah.
It was like that deafening silence.
Yeah.
You'd be like, where am I? I gotta go home. I gotta call somebody. Or I need to like FaceTime because this shit is eerie, nigga. Like I don't hear nothing. Like we in deep space. like that. Like deep space quiet. I don't even know. Like I can't even imagine what deep space quiet is.
Yo, I would go crazy up there. Could you think you can spend time in space?
Huh?
You think you can spend time in space?
I just don't think. From all the movies and then all the failed missions we've seen in true history, them trying to re-enter or taking off, something go wrong. Yeah, it's just I don't think we should be fucking. I don't like the ocean like that, and I don't like space like that. So we're not supposed to be here. We're supposed to be right here, figuring it all out here. Yeah, in the atmosphere, breathe and all that shit. Can't breathe out there. Can't breathe in water. Why the fuck should I be in there? Because fish are there with the gills. They supposed to be down there. They're made for that. Aliens, whatever. They up in the sky. They made for that. I'm made for whatever the fuck going on. You put me in space and I got to go through all these 6-week courses. If you got to go through a 6-week course just to go somewhere, shouldn't go there.
I would go.
Just an orientation. If I get invited to go, of course I'm going, but I know I shouldn't be going.
Yeah.
I'm fucking space. I'm like, my dad is one of them guys. He wanted to be an astronaut. I didn't.
I would go to see what it looked like, but I wouldn't want to. I would have to see. Yeah. You think so? I don't think it looked like what. I don't think it looked like what we see. Like it. Like I believe it. I think when you see it with your own eyes, you're like, what the fuck?
Absolutely.
Like you ever really look out into the ocean?
Yeah.
Like really, like from a high point, and then you look out into the ocean, and then you see that it becomes nothing eventually.
Yes.
So I had to see that with my eyes, because when you see it on a photo, it doesn't really show that shit. It's like it doesn't show you the continuation. It makes it look like, oh, it stops right. Nah, when you out there, you be like, nigga, it just keeps going.
I don't like that. That vastness is very scary.
I think I experienced the deepest, darkest quiet. I'll give a dark, just to mix yours up. I'll give a dark one and then I give a light one. I think the dark one was when the dark one was when I think I was in like a group home, and when you misbehave, they put you in these fucking like put you in this room.
Okay.
It's like these white rooms, like cement walls and shit like that. But they put me in a room and nobody was in the hall. Like they just put you in the room, and usually it's heavy traffic. I'm high, so trafficked.
Heavy trafficked.
Heavy traffic
or heavy traffic. One
heavy
either
traffic,
or works.
Like people running back and forth.
Yeah.
But at this time, a lot of people were like at lunch and shit, and like quiet time, and I had like gotten into an argument or a fight, and they put me in this thing. So there was nobody in the halls, everybody outside. There was no foot. There was nobody walking back and forth. It was just me in this fucking room, like the size of like a walk-in closet. It was tight. It was small.
That's cruelty.
And like I didn't hear nothing. Like I couldn't even hear a door open. I didn't hear a bird chirp. Like that shit.
Nigga,
was
you went missing.
quiet.
You went missing for a little while.
Like I remember that moment where I'm like, yo, I can just
that
hear.
will drive you nuts.
I can just hear myself breathing. So that was crazy. And then a good time when I experienced the deafening quietness.
They put you in a fucking dungeon? They put you in a dungeon.
Yeah, but I was trying to make it funny.
What was you in a Russian prison?
No,
that shit
nigga,
is crazy, bro.
Yo, that's how it be. Like
they
people
put you in a room all the way in the back to be forgotten about. That was punishment.
This is the only way I can really sum this up.
They banished you, nigga.
Yeah, but that happens on the daily, right? Like that's
you was getting banished on the daily.
Yeah.
You remember when Superman when they put the motherfuckers in the glass?
Mm-hmm.
That's what they did.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much.
What is happening?
That's how a lot of these places function, though.
Wow.
People don't think about that stuff. They just go, oh, they got a place to eat and they clothe them and stuff like that, but they don't think about the disciplinary side of it. Mm-hmm. And usually, you got discipline a bunch of kids. And you can't discipline them individually, so you got to find a method that allows you to isolate them, so then you can discipline them individually. Absolutely. And they would have these timeout rooms, and these timeout rooms were like fucking. Time would stop. Yeah,
time stopped in timeout.
And if they got to throw you in there to restrain you or just get you away from people, they'll do it. But people, this goes on a lot. Like
that's crazy.
This is how jails are.
Solitary.
Like imagine like you got a lot of people who don't got to study. Right? Like you take a couple of courses to get these jobs, maybe whatever training course they make you get to become entry level, but you're not like going to college and then learning grappling or how to fucking physically restrain a kid and stuff like that. You're learning it throughout the course of 4 years. You're learning it in the course of like a matter of weeks. Mm-hmm. So and while you're doing this, so you can come on the job because they need people, right? So they fucking they do what they can. Mm-hmm. At the effort and the quality they know.
Okay.
That
so
works.
what was the
I'm not fucking I know it sounds like I am covering up for these people.
Nah, yeah,
right, cool.
No. You did what you had. You was in solitary. That's what they banished you.
Yeah.
Now what was the fun quiet?
And when we were in fucking Cancun or Cabo and we went all the way underwater. All the way to fuck underwater. Like it was me, him, Ida, Tiffany, James Davis, and
that was the scariest goddamn.
We all went out on jet skis in Cabo, and we went so far out that you couldn't see the coast anymore. Like you couldn't see land. Like you can only see just like that aura.
I don't know why we did that.
That fucking where the earth starts to curve. You just see the curvature. Remember and look at
we was like, so deep out.
We all the way out there.
We was deep out.
Nigga, I didn't hear a bird chirp. I didn't hear the fucking you heard the waves crash and shit. But the moment I went underwater, like usually underwater you can hear like shit moving around. Like a little shit. Like you can still hear the waves above you crash. We didn't hear none of that. We went under. It was the bluest shit. It was like the bluest I've ever seen water be, to the point where it got black, where you didn't see nothing.
Water was black.
And then it was so quiet.
I said, nope.
It was so fucking quiet. Nope. You can hear your heartbeat.
And
we both, we weren't even that close to each other. We both came up with the same look of panic on our face.
Get the fuck. We
gotta get the fuck out of here. We gotta get the fuck out of this water.
We gotta get the fuck out of here.
There's something in there. It's something in there. It's unknown.
Oh, bro.
It's the known unknown. I know there's something in that bitch.
And what I remember what was crazy was, all right, we was deep out, but I still saw the left shore.
Yes.
That's because that's where you almost got hit by your own fucking jet ski on the rocks.
Yeah, I was being a follower, and I got knocked off the jet ski because I seen Tiffany Haddish go through a fucking go through a wave. She like rode. She went right. You know when a wave crescents?
Yeah,
she went through that bitch, And I'm like, I'm doing that too. And everybody like, let's get the fuck out of here. I'm like, I'm trying it. I fucking go through the wave. No. That shit throws me on some rocks. Like, it tosses me at least 6 feet in the air.
I thought he was a goner
that shit went over. It went over me.
Was a goner.
It went over me.
I said,
I got scratches on my leg.
Shit,
I was bleeding.
I was like,
yo,
you should do, because he didn't. The way he went over, and then they was like, don't ever go too far close to the shore. We found out why. Because all the water's covering these crazy ass rocks.
And fucking tossed my ass on these rocks.
I was like, oh shit.
And then I'm mad, and a little rail came out of nowhere.
Ran down from a beach house to save his ass. We pushed him back, got back. They stole all our money.
Yo.
Because we
not
did
Lil Rel in the mouth.
No, not them. Yeah. The Mexicans. I'm just joking. The boat, the tour guys, the tour dudes with the jet skis.
They stole your money too?
They took my $100 out. They took that extra off the card.
They did?
Yeah. So I had to go and call the bank to get it, like all that shit.
So that's what happened to me.
Yeah, happened to me too.
Holy
so I'm like,
shit. They were like, we gonna get y'all bitch asses.
Yeah. So because he was like, you went too far out, you didn't pay.
And I'm like, no, I didn't.
But all this happened
blood gushing down my leg.
Tiffany Haddish out into the fucking midst anyway.
For no reason.
Because we saw, here go me. This is me talking. I said, well, this chick pretty much famous.
Yeah.
So I guess I gotta do what she be doing.
Yep.
And I'm gonna go out into the middle of the fucking ocean to take some kind of bullshit Illuminati style ass ritual. She said, let's all jump in the water so we be successful. Thinking about that now, I go, what the fuck was we thinking about?
Yo, I thought we was playing though. You think she was serious? I don't think she was serious.
Nah, I don't think she was serious either, but I'm just like, I'm being funny.
Yeah.
Like, what was this, a cult we joined?
Yo.
We all jumped off these boats at the same time.
We all did it.
Salty-ass water. I said, what do we do? And then I had to wind up getting on, and I broke the curse because I saved somebody.
Yeah.
You made me save Ida Rodriguez.
Ida, you know Ida?
Nigga,
Ida Rodriguez,
get
very
off
hilarious
your boat and get her.
Yo, because I was already on that joint.
Yeah, he was already out. You was about to head out.
Yeah.
She couldn't get on her jet ski.
She just couldn't get on her shit.
Bruh.
Yo,
when you told me, Derek, you got to go get her. I said, you remember what I was
like? Yeah. You had to because she just couldn't.
She couldn't get in that fear. Like, I ain't going to make it.
I'm already bleeding and shit. Derek is healthy.
At the time, I'm back to shit now.
Yeah.
But, bro, I was saving big booty Puerto Rican comics.
Yeah. Yes, you were.
I saved her. I got her up on a joint, got her out, figured out how to get on mine, and we got up out. I remember rolled back somewhere so fast. Me and this nigga was racing.
Yo.
We was like, I'm getting back first. We was
I think that jet ski was at least going like 120 miles per hour. I don't know if that's how fast jet skis go, but this jet ski
I never wanted to get out of the water faster.
So fast that you would hit the smallest wave and it will make you fly like 10 feet in the air.
Oh, we was playing it.
And then you come down and you hit that shit, your whole teeth click, right? Your fucking head, right?
You know you hit with your teeth click.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Like that landing is so fucking hard. Like, remember Thunder in Paradise? Remember that show?
Yeah.
Thunder in Paradise made jet skiing look so fun, but that shit hurt. You ever jet ski? Louis, you gotta.
Crazy.
Whenever
Bro,
you go
jet
away,
skiing is wild.
Yeah. Hey, another Patreon idea. In the summertime, if we get this bitch to 100 Patreons, then we go fucking jet skiing with Louis
at the Hudson.
Yeah,
you can do that. You can do that. Something.
You can do it at the Hudson. We gonna need 200 Patreons in order to do it out of town.
Jet ski in New York in the summer. Cost some money, but you can go out in the rivers and do the thing. And you see the bridge and all that shit. But you got to dodge the boats.
But
the boats out there, it's crazy. But
water is hard. When you hit water with velocity, that shit is like cement. That shit was like, man. I'm like,
why would you put a price on your recreation?
Why would you put a price on your recreation, people?
Why would you put a price on your recreation?
Why?
I do it at the Hudson?
Because that's where I'm not flying.
Closest.
We not. What's the Patreon? We not flying. We not going to some island, nigga. We gonna be
right
in
New
York.
Go to island?
We not going on vacation, nigga. I'm gonna just tell you the
that's
jet
like
ski.
1,000. That's like 1,000
goddamn mind.
Go to Florida at least.
That's like 1,000
I'm not
patrons.
going to
1,000 patrons will
Summertime
make it a destination.
New York, they got the little jet ski. You can look it up. They got it right near one of the ferries. Go out there, do a couple rounds, bow. $150. Boom, right there. Easy.
Look,
Florida.
100. If you want to see people, if you want to see us do it in New York, 100 patrons.
There you go.
If you want to see us do it in like Florida, then what? Like 1,000 patrons for 200, 300 patrons. 300 patrons. All right, people. So we just going to remember that. We're going to have to, like, put this throughout the episode.
Yeah.
Let y'all know. Get that Patreon up.
Patreon.
But, yeah, I'm glad we heard that. That moment made me believe in God more, though. Because, you know, I'm not religious.
Yeah.
But I believe in God. That moment, though, like, all that still happened. Like, I could, the way I landed on those rocks. The way I landed on those rocks.
I thought you was dead. I thought you was dead that day.
Like, it was
oh
like death. It was like death was in the cards for me, and it didn't happen. And then I was just like, all right, well, shit. All right, nigga, you got a plan.
Because now you didn't hit the rocks.
Went, all right.
You almost got hit by the fucking jet ski.
The jet ski went over me while it was still on. Jet ski was still on. So jet ski's got like a little thing on the bottom of it, that like the little metal blade. Did not touch me. It did not. I seen it go past my face on some shit like, because I had to push it. I had to push it with my fucking hands. I pushed it with my feet and my hands. I took the momentum that the jet ski was coming with the force of the wave, and the wave just came at the right time, and I was able to guide that bitch over me. And I just see the fucking blade clear my head, and I'm just like, thank God. It was like Final Destination shit.
Bro.
If I was ever to go, I'm going to go in the accident. I don't want to jinx myself, but
yeah, bro, you made it.
I made it.
You made this far.
And that moment was like,
jokes.
Yeah, that moment was like, fuck. And we continued the rest of that night.
We still had a great time.
We had to evade a flood. Remember, there was like, we went to that restaurant to eat lobster, and then there was a whole fucking, that downtown area of Mexico got flooded out.
Yeah.
We all got sick from brushing our teeth.
I got sick when I got home.
Yeah.
I did get sick.
So
yeah, no, never again.
We had a good time, man. But that's the end of this episode.
Wow.
Yo, I want y'all to head over to the Patreon. Derek, would you mind sticking around for a couple extra minutes? So people, thank you for listening to this episode of the Monroe Martin Podcast. If you would like to continue on with me and Derek shenanigans, head over to the Patreon at patreon.com/the Monroe Martin Podcast, or just click one of the links. See you over there.